Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Journey. And when I was meditating on this card today, the one thing that always comes to mind when I see this card is change always happens. Okay, that even in death, there can be life. Okay, and yes, something's died here, an elk. But it is giving life to the ravens. It's giving life to, the earth as well, with the nutrients getting sucked in there. But the only thing that's constant is change. All right, so change is always constant. And, combining this with the Green Man card from yesterday, there's a transformation going on, okay? Within yourself, and it's going to be something that's going to require a lot of dedication from you, a lot of perseverance, and it shouldn't be feared, okay? Normal tarot deck, this is a death card, right? And death, every time somebody sees a death card, it's just like, oh my gosh, something terrible is going to happen. But it's really not that, that piece of it, okay? It's not the terrible news, right? This is all about transforming into something different. Okay, letting go of the past, and just, moving forward. And we seen that the other day with that Six of Arrows transition card. So, here you've got the Green Man and the Green Woman on the other side of the lake, river, whatever you want to come out, say. And they're nurturing you, they're protecting you. The Green Man's giving you that horn of plenty and the staff of power and the mantle of kingship, wants you to take that leadership role, right? And as a result of that, he says, hey, let's just stop for a moment. And you stop, and he says, now look right over there. And what do you see? Okay. You see the ravens plucking, the last bit of meat from, the elk head. All right, and however you want to look at it, you see the ravens circling, the crows, whatever they are, circling overhead. And he goes, we've known about this elk had passed within our Wildwood forest for days now. And we've known that the ravens were going to come and take it. But, that's the cyclical nature of nature, right? Is when something dies, it gives off the energy to something else. In this case, it's going to be the plants, around the carcass. It's going to be other animals going to be able to live on it, as well as the raven. He goes, but we don't focus on the death piece of it. We focus on the life. This is what the Green Man's saying to you. And within that life, all right, comes new opportunities. Within that life comes, new growth of what's going on. So we let the past die, but we remember, okay, the past. We remember the sacrifice that this animal, had to make, whether it was young or whether it was old. This has got antlers on it, so it's probably an older animal, and it's just its lifespan is just weren't, was done. And, those that, were stalking it, we're going to eat it, and because, that's the way nature is. They'll always pick on the weakest thing. But you're not weak in this situation. You are very strong. Okay. You came out of the world tree here 5 days ago, made that transition to another side, and you've got this strength about you. You've got this confidence, wisdom, knowledge. Right? The Green Woman and the Green Man are walking along your path with you. And now you've got, the Journey walking with you, flying at least with you as well. So, the message here with this card is to let the past die. You've already transitioned over to the other side. You don't have to really worry about what's happened, before in the world tree and the 6 days before that in the world tree. So acknowledge that the past has died, and, now you can move on to those deeper desires that you had. Do not fear the change that's going to accrue here in the coming days. Because what this is a time of realignment. when you see that change happen, okay, and I'm going to speak a little off here, but there's a lot of change going on the planets as well for all the signs, okay, and there you got the new moon or the full moon that happened last couple days, so astrologically there's a lot going on. Metaphorically within the tarot cards, there's a lot going on as well. All right. So don't fear that change that's coming. You could probably feel a change is coming. You just don't know what it is. Whether that's a change in a relationship, whether it's a change in your career, your job, however it is. The key there is to be prepared. All right. If it's a relationship and you felt this kind of change going on, acknowledge it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't fear it. Acknowledge it within yourself. Something just doesn't seem right between the two of us. And as you're thinking about that, it's like, what, maybe I should have that hard conversation and say, hey, what's going on? Same thing at work. Maybe, your boss is aware of some changes going on that may affect the department. All right. Maybe it's time to brush up on that resume, right? Maybe there's some change going on in your financial activity, right? So keep an eye on those things. Don't fear it. Kind of grasp it and, try to acknowledge it. All right. And when you acknowledge it, what you're doing is you're realigning your values, you're realigning your character, you're realigning your vision, okay, to look at these things and say, okay, something may be happening. I need to be prepared. And the best way of being prepared is to rely on that green man and green woman to help get you through that, all right? All the life lessons cards. And if the change does happen, embrace it. Because you can't, one of the rules that I got, you can't change the past. You can only control what you can control. And I heard somebody else say that today as well. That, you can only control what you can control. Don't try to control somebody else's behavior. Don't try to control, this, that, and the other thing. Take a step inside of yourself and look and say, you know what? This is in the process of moving forward. I need to control what I can control. I need to talk with people to help me with this relationship. I need to talk with people, within the job situation, to find out if I'm going to be let go or not. I need to talk with people, to help me understand the financial piece of it, things of that nature. And as soon as that does happen, yeah, there's going to be some emotion around that. But the old stuff, the stuff in the past has got to die off. Don't carry it forward, because all that's going to do is bring your energy level down, okay? All that's going to do is make the green man and the green woman work a little bit harder, all right? And they're already protecting you on there. They've already told you that. We're going to protect you. We're going to give you that nurturing milk. We're going to, you've got the staff of power, so you've got the leadership to move forward, okay? And most leaders, when they lead, okay, they do so in an aspect of showing others how to react in situations. Not get too high, not get too low, all right? And just say, hey, look, this too shall pass. We'll get through this, okay? So, with that, with the letting go of the past, you can clear some of that stuff out within yourself. And that allows you to have that new growth opportunity, right? And that can be renewed. You can celebrate it. You can acknowledge it. And you can just say, you know what? This stuff happened the other day. It's something that's dead. It's something that's behind us. Quit worrying about it. You can't change it. It happened yesterday. All you can do is live in the present and hope for a better tomorrow. And, when you do that and you celebrate it and you rejoice it, you can do so with patience, calmness, perseverance, confidence, enthusiasm, leadership, all of those. So you can move forward and grow with this new opportunity. That's how I look at this card, right? Because you can get stuck in all the negative vibes around, oh my gosh, this is a death card. Oh my gosh, death, that means, everybody thinks something's going to happen, right? Something is happening. Something's changing. Okay. A few years ago when I lost my mother passed away, it was a beautiful death. All right. We were in, I watched her pass away in her house. Okay. And, I was with her there at the end. And death can be very, very beautiful. For those that, understand it. Those that have, taken the time to talk about it. And at the same time, there was a lot of change going on. And now when I look back 4 or 5 years later, I can say to myself, you know what? I'm very grateful I was a part of that. Yes, the change has been hard. Yes, the opportunities have been here and there and moving forward. But at the same time, every time an opportunity came up, I took it. Okay? So, with those opportunities, it allows you to grow. And when you grow, you gain new wisdom, you gain new knowledge. And all because of the journey that you're on. So that's today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck, The Journey. Hit that like button for me, share it with others, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like a personal reading, hit that Stan Store link down below in the description box. And this is D for A Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, God bless, stay safe, everybody.